questions that are relevant for everyone will be addressed in the webinar, and we'll start the webinar. So today's topic is five must-know things for any e-commerce startup or any e-commerce person. So the agenda for today will be those five things, which is site performance measurement, site usability, customer engagement, hassle-free checkout process, making shipping painless, and these five will be discussed in detail in this in the next half an hour or so. And so the first thing here is site performance. So some of the things that what everyone in a e-commerce store owner might think the aesthetics is more important than the site performance. He might not realize that the site's speed or site's performance really matters for a e-commerce site. So how important is the site performance with respect to the an e-commerce site, and how important it is to decide on the checkout process or decide in terms of the conversion rates. So we will see that first. So what is the importance of site performance? So there are plenty of websites out there in the market. So you can see plenty of websites selling the same kind of products with same description and all. So a faster website converts better. Obviously, a slower website which takes a lot of time to load will be irritating the customer, right? So the faster websites convert better. Slow websites are ranked lower in the search engines. So a website which is taking a lot of time to load, and which is having many broken links or many links that are irrelevant in their sites, and the images are too big to load, will be ranked lower in a search engine. So having a similar kind of products and similar kind of product description, if you have a site which is taking too much of time to load, then obviously it will be ranked lower than a site which is faster and which takes less time to load. Okay. So the next thing is bounce rates at the landing pages increase due to the slow response. So if your site takes too much time to load, and the people will obviously go out of the site immediately, landing from the place. So bounce rate is basically how many people leave the site in a particular page. So landing page is a page that the people land when they come to your site. That is the first page that they see in the site. So bounce rates are higher in the sense people leave at the place where they land. So obviously they are not going to buy, right? So if the bounce rates are higher, then the conversion rate will be very low. So obviously you will make no money. So the bounce rates will be high only when the because of the slow response of the site. So if your site is taking too much of time to load, people will obviously will go to another tab and try another site. And one of the research that was done by Amazon a few years ago analyzed the relationship between the site speed and the revenue share, revenue that it produces. It basically was done with many other sites, including Amazon. So from the research result, for every 100 millisecond increase in the load time decreases the revenue by 1%. So this 100% increase basically is after the average page load. So if your site takes 100 milliseconds more than the average of the industry, that will reduce the revenue by 1%. So for a single second increase in the load time will lead the revenue to go down by a huge number. So you can see the site over here. So another research was done by the Google a year ago. So when the Google reduces the image sizes, image of the Google image pages size from 100 KB to say 70 to 80 kbs. They researched it based on the number of I mean the size of the images. They reduced it from the 100 kb to 70, in between 70 to 80 kbs. The traffic increased by 25%. Uh, so this basically implies that the load time plays a major role in terms of deciding the customer's behavior in the site. So if the load time increases by 100 milliseconds or so by a second, most of the people will go out of your site to another site to try a different site. Okay, so load time is very important. So you might be wondering how to find out the site's load time. So there are some ways to find out. We will explain about them. So what is the average website's load time? So the site speed will be somewhere around 3 to 6 seconds for a common e-commerce site. So if the, say for example, the site speed will be higher for a normal site or a blog, but for e-commerce sites it might be somewhere around 3 to 6 seconds. So anything more than 8 seconds is very bad. So anything under 8 seconds is reasonable for an e-commerce site, because e-commerce sites has a lot of plugins to load. So normally e-commerce sites takes a bit more time to load than a normal site or a blog, and it will be ranging somewhere around 3 to 6 seconds. So how can I test my site's loading speed? So you might be wondering, how could I test my site's loading exact speed? So there are various open source online tools to find out the site speed. Some of them are mentioned over here. Say tools.ping.com and gtmetrics.com and webpagetest.com. You will get lot of insights from these sites test. I will try to explain most of them in this webinar. So we will have one of the sites speed, and then we will try to understand what is basically going on over there. So this is webpagetest.com.org. So if you enter your site's name over here, say for example this is one of the test sites in Builderbazaar, html.builderbazaar.com. Then you start the test. So it will take some time. Before that, I will try to show you some of the already tested things. So one person asked me to speak a bit louder, so I will try to speak a bit louder from now on. Here, this is one of the, this is Infibeam sites analysis. So you see the load time here is 4.365 seconds for Infibeam. So we will see the sites, the HMS.Builderbazaar, which is a test site of Builderbazaar. So this takes 3.628 seconds to load. So which is also mentioned over here. So you can see the waterfall method over here. So this is this shows, from here you can learn a lot of things. See what are the things happens in between. A person enters the URL and then the site gets loaded finally. So you can see what are the components takes a lot of time to load. So if you see over here, this takes a lot of time. This is the image basically. So that image is taking a lot of time to load, and some of the images might block the other components to load as well. So we will see some of the examples for them as well. Before that, we will see some of the other examples, how long it takes to load. This is one of the other sites from Builderbazaar. It takes 3.7 to 6 seconds. So normally e-commerce site will take somewhere around 3 to 6 seconds. So anything under 8 is reasonable. So more than 8 will be it is not a good it will not give you a good experience to the customers. So all sites ranges somewhere around 3.5 to 4.5 seconds to load. You have seen 3 of the examples over here. And we'll see one more test tool, which is Pingdom website. So if you enter the URL over here and then test, you will get the details about how long it takes. So they do grade your sites based on the various metrics. So this is one of the test sites from Builder. It is graded as 92 out of 100. So if you see, it takes 3.6 seconds. So which is good. So we'll see some other examples from. Uh, so you'll get a lot of insights from these pages. So if you see, you will get to know what is the HTML that is getting loaded, what is the JSP, GSS, and text image, how long it takes for image to load, how long it takes for the text to load, and how long it takes for the other components to load in the website. So this will help you to understand your site's performance. So most of the sites performance will be taken care by the builder buzzer. We will take care of most of the things that to speed up your site, but there should be something that should be taken care by yourself as well, right? So you should not put an image with the high memory, so that it decreases the speed of your site. So if you see, basically you can see the images are mentioned in this color. So from here you can see how long it takes for an image to load, and if an image is taking a lot of time to load and then it is blocking the other components to load in the site, then you could obviously know that you have to change the image in the site, right? So this will give you a lot of insights for you to analyze the site's performance. We'll see one more examples from here. So if you see over here, um, see, this is one of the e-commerce sites analysis. We don't want to disclose the site's name. So if you see here, one of the images is taking a lot of time, say 774 milliseconds, and this is blocking all other components to load. So this is one of the basic image that is loading, and it is blocking all other components to load in the sites, which is basically delaying the site's speed in your overall. So if you change this image and if you compress the image to some extent, and then if you move all the components to further, then all these components will start loading from somewhere here. Then obviously your site will be a bit more speed. So these are some of the insights that you can get from these tools, which are online tools. You can learn what are the components that is delaying your site delaying. You can test each one of the pages. So that will help you to understand this one. So we will see the next one. So some of the tips that we would like to give you to speed up your site are, so most of the best practices are taken care by the Builder Bazaar. Uh, so some of the things that should be taken care by the site owners are reduce the number of HTTP requests. So reduce the number of links that is given. So I mean, do not give so many redirects to in a single page, so that it will reduce the site's speed. Always compress the image before uploading it, and keep a constant, try to keep the image size to some extent as a constant. So a uniform size of the image will help you to load the site a bit more faster, and then avoid bad requests to check if the site has a avoid bad requests. So bad request is basically a broken link, or a link that is not available in the site. So if you have so many bad requests, if you have so many bad requests in your site, then your site will be very slow, and there are some other disadvantages also to have a bad request in your site. So if your site is having a bad request, then it will be ranked lower in the SEO. Search engines will rank you lower. So checking for bad requests is very important. So how to check the bad requests? There are again several tools to check your bad requests in any of the pages of your site. So one of the tools is Google Webmaster, which is a open source. You have open source version from Google Masters tools. So this will check for the bad requests from your site, and avoiding bad requests is a must thing to increase the speed of the site. So the next one is site usability. So as I said already, a site owner might think that aesthetics is more important than the site usability, but from a so we are getting some quite a few questions which will be answered at the end of the webinar. So we will carry on with the subject right now. So site usability is basically store owner might think the aesthetics is more important than the usability. Usability means I mean the navigations and other things in the site. Navigations, the structure of the site, all other things are the usability. So so site usability is more important than the aesthetics. So so what are the components of a site usability? How to get a good site and how to have the better usability. So effective navigation is is the most important thing with respect to the site usability. See, you have to find out the landing pages of your site and then have the right navigation to other pages. Other big. So to find out the landing pages and other navigations through your site, you can use Google Analytics. So Google Analytics is one of the open source softwares. There is another version for Google. There are several versions in the Google Analytics. So in the basic open source version, you can find out the landing pages, the topmost landing pages, what is the percentage of people land in a particular page, and how do they navigate throughout the site. These are the insights that you can get through Google Analytics. So this will help you to analyze the site's traffic. So if you want to know more about the Google Analytics, you can refer to our Commerce and Contest version 4, where we took about the Google Analytics subject. So we discussed in a wide range about how to use Google Analytics, uh, how to analyze and how to get insights from Google Analytics, what are the features that is available in Google Analytics. So that will be helpful to understand your customers and then understand the navigations. So if you have a landing page somewhere in the site, the topmost landing page, and you don't mention the navigations properly in the site, then people will obviously move out of the site. So the bounce rate will increase. As I already said, bounce rate is the rate number of people move out of your site. Uh, as I said already, the questions will be answered at the end of the webinar. I'm getting some requests to answer these questions. Your question will definitely answer at the end of the webinar. We don't want to spoil the flow of the webinar. So we will continue with the webinar. So the top landing pages should be found out, and then we have to find out the bounce rates. If the bounce rates are less, either the people are not happy with the landing page, or you don't give the enough navigations to move out to other pages, or the navigations are not clear. So if the navigations are not clear in your landing pages, people cannot obviously move to the page that they needed, right? So navigation should be clearly mentioned with the appropriate labels, and improving you have to improve the navigation links in the top landing pages is very important. So you have to have a good navigation in all the pages regardless of anything. So having the good navigation in the top landing pages is very all the more important than the other pages. So the next one is the maintain consistency in the navigation throughout the site. So you should have a common structure of the site. So you should maintain the site structure throughout all the pages of the site. So in the basic version of the BuilderBazaar platform itself, we have maintained a consistent navigation. Still, if you create more static pages and if you create and customize some more things in the site, you should keep in mind that you keep the consistency of the navigation throughout the site. Uh, and the other important thing is the labels of navigation should be clearly mentioned and clearly say where it is leading to. So if you mention some name and the link is leading to some other page which is not relevant to the label, then people will leave the site, then the bounce rate will increase. So essentially these are the things, and I think I keep talking about the bounce rate again and again. So the basic thing is, if the bounce rate is high, your conversion rate will be low. So if you have say 3 or 4 pages in between from the product page to the checkout page, uh, people will obviously go out of the site in each one of the sites. So people, if your 10 persons comes to your site in the home page, they go to the, say some 8 people will go to the product page, some 6 people will go to the checkout process. So people will be dropping out at each one of the stages. So bounce rate should be as low as possible, so that the conversion rate is high. So only when if the conversion rate, only when the bounce rate is low, the people will be able to convert it, right? So conversion rate is the one thing that is giving you revenue. So to increase the revenue, you have to have less bounce rate in each one of the sites. So create categories based on what people are searching for. So again, Google Analytics will help you in understanding the people's requirement, customers' behavior in the site, how do they navigate, what they need. So based on the insights that you get from Google Analytics, you can create the categories accordingly, and these categories will understand will help the customers to understand how to move through the site and how to make the purchase. So sort the categories based on the popularity. You can show the most popular products in the homepage, and this will help you to convert more. So find out the most popular categories. This might be possible through the conversion rate itself, or what is the customers buying throughout the year, or say what you might be knowing from your experience what is the most popular product of your site. So based on the categories you have to based on the popularity you have to sort the categories. So one more thing is accurate search. One of the most best practices is to have a search column in the site. So in Build-A-Bazaar platform we have the search option. So make sure the search feature works fine. That doesn't mean the site is not good, and I mean the platform is not good, so that the search is not working. If you have the same product under several categories, the search might not work properly. So having products in several categories will spoil the search feature. So actually it will confuse the customers. So the customer will get so many results for a single search product. So that will confuse. So accurate search is very important. To find out the search keywords that customers use, you can again use the Google Analytics. Through the Google Analytics, you will be finding out the keywords that the customers used while searching a product in your site or in a search engine. So through that you can check the search buttons performance in your site. So product page optimization. So this is one of the most important site usability feature. Use attractive and pleasing images in the product page. One of the other things is, do not use the manufacturer description in the product page. So as I already said, there are so many other sites in the market selling the same products. So all of them mostly use the same manufacturing product description. So when the search engine searches for a product, then all the sites will be ranked equally. So they will be shown in a order based on the previous responses, how people went, how people behaved in their sites. So based on that, those are the only things that will be differentiating your site from other sites, right? So having a description that is different from manufacturer description is more important in the product page to have a better SEO purpose, and it helps in many other ways as well. So other thing is the entire detail of the product page should be given in a single page. So if you give product in a single page and price in another page, or the description in another page, or reviews in a different page, people should have to wait for the other page to load. So people are not ready for waiting for a page to load again and again. If you have several navigations, obviously your conversion rate will be low. That is what I'm keep explaining again and again. So keeping the navigations less is more important and keeping so you have to keep all the product details in the same page. So we'll move to the next one, which is customer engagement. So this is how you engage your customers in your site. So there are four things that we will be discussing here, which is one is rating the product, and then reviewing the product, then live chat. The fourth one will be the social media buttons. So first we will discuss the rating and reviewing of the product altogether. Here, uh, make the rating of product easy that customers can rate the product with a single click. So before going into that, we have the feature of rating and reviewing of product in our platform itself. So what is the difference that it makes in the site is it keeps the site fresh. So if a person, when a person buys a product in online, in offline, if a person buys a product offline, he will obviously discuss about the product with his relatives or friends. Say you are buying a mobile, you will discuss or you will consult with your friends or relatives. uh, Before, if a person buys online, he would probably look for the reviews that were given by the product. That too, for when a person is choosing a site over another site, he will obviously need the reviews. Say you are buying a product from some X site, and you have the option of another Y and Z site. You obviously go for X site because of the reviews that were given by somebody else, right? So you should discuss with somebody, some of your friends, or somebody who has already used it. So reviews is more important with respect to engaging the customers. So the reviews can occur. um, Reviews, there are some best practice that has to be followed in terms of the reviews and the ratings. So the rating should be a single click option. If a person just clicks, say I rate this product 3.5 out of 5, so that should be the end of it. You should not ask for your login details, or you should not expect the customer to be logged in already to give the feedbacks. So you can give the rating button without any logging in or any checkups. So the reviews needs username, because if you accept the reviews without usernames, that will spoil the credibility of the reviews. So if 5 reviews are given in a for a pop product, so five without any name or without any user login, so that will not attract the credibility of the people who are looking at it the next time, right? So having a login button for the reviews, or getting the username for the reviews is important. Uh, so one more thing is the users will be reviewing the product in the product page. So you should keep a page where the users can review your site overall experience. That will give you a lot of insights so that you can improve in the future. Somebody might ask me, what if a person gives a negative review? That is a thing that we have to think before getting reviews from a customer. So negative reviews are not bad. There are options to block the negative reviews actually. So you can moderate the reviews. You can make the reviews be published in the site before, after you are approving. So there are options like that also. But still, negative reviews are not bad. Negative reviews makes you better in the long term. So negative reviews will give you insights about what is the mistake that you are doing, and negative reviews makes the reviews more credible. So if you see a site with 15 reviews, all of them saying very good details about the product, then you might suspect the reviews. The reviews might be given by the same person who is owning the site. So having a negative review somewhere in the site actually helps the other person to believe in you that you are doing a right thing, or the reviews are good, or the reviews are true. So displaying the rating in the description column of the product will help the customer to to know about the product more detail without reading the descriptions. That will give him a lot of insights about what the customers feel about the product. So so we'll go to the next one, which is live chat. So the benefits of live chat is people, you might have a customer service or you might have given some numbers for the customers to call you, but people are more comfortable with the live chats. According to a Forrester is a research firm which does research on e-commerce as well. So according to the research that was done on a thousands of e-commerce users, 45% of online consumers say that having a question answered by a live person while in the middle of an online purchase is the most important feature your website can offer. So based on that, you can see a live chat button is very important and it is more effective than a customer service call center. So the people are not ready to wait for your emails to be replied, or they are not ready to make a call and speak with you when they are in the hurry to purchase. So live chats are the one that will help you to answer the small questions. Say for example, a customer might have some doubt while filling the checkout process. He might have a doubt of what is the difference between shipping address and the customer address. So these kind of small doubts can be cleared very well with your live chat. And then having a live chat cuts down on your expenses over the customer services. So you might be spending some amounts on the customer services which will be reduced by the live chats. So one more thing is having live chat at various pages will give you a lot of insights. These live chats, there are several third-party tools that can be integrated into the Built-A-Bazaar site for the live chat. So these live chats will give you insights about the customer pain points. So if a person is facing some trouble in a page and he is leaving the page from that that page, then you might not be knowing why the customers are leaving at the page. So the bounce rate will be high. So this will give you a lot of insights about what is the difficulty that the customer facing over that place, what is that they need. These things can be understood by the live chat buttons. So this reduces the abandon rate, so obviously increases the conversion rate. So one more thing that I said I will be discussing is the social buttons, which we discussed already a lot in the previous webinars. But having a social button, a Facebook share and Twitter buttons are the most popular, and Google and Pinterest buttons. I mean Google Plus and Pinterest buttons are getting more popular in these days. So these buttons will give you a better SEO ranking, and these buttons keep the site more fresh. So what are the SEO benefits that you get by keeping the by keeping the customers more engaged? Say using a Facebook button or using any other live chat or keeping the review or red buttons. So this keeps the site more lively. It keeps the site more fresh. So when a search engine searches for a product, most of the sites will have the same manufacturer description, and the one thing that differentiates is the users reviews. Users reviews will be obviously unique content, right? So they will be giving different reviews from different perspectives. So this will be the unique content. So unique and fresh contents are the ones that the search engine looks for. So if you have two e-commerce sites having the same product with the same description, one having a review and another one not having the review, the one which is having a review will be more fresh, so that will be updated very often. So those will be the criteria that the search engines looks or differentiates between the sites. So that will give you a lot of traffic through the site from the search engines, and the reviews and ratings are the best way to keep the site fresh, as I already said. The more the customers engage, the better is the ranking in the search engines. The more the customers visit your site, or the more the customers giving feedbacks in your site will keep your site ranked more than other sites in the search engine. High search engine ranking obviously leads to increased traffic and increased conversion rates. So the next thing is hassle-free checkout process. So here we will be discussing about what is the mistake that we do in the checkout process. According to a recent research, 59.8% of the customers abandon the shopping cart in the checkout process. They check the product, they see the descriptions, they analyze what are the features are there. They go to the checkout process, they fill in the form. While filling the form or after filling the form, they do drop. So what is the mistake that e-commerce companies do? Normally, that out of 5%, 3% dropped out of the checkout process. There are various reasons that might be causing the abandon rate to be so high as 59 or 60%. I have listed down some of them. Too many steps in the checkout process. So from the product page to the checkout process or to the payment gateway process, you might have too many steps. Hidden fees at the checkout process. So we will discuss about the hidden fees later. So not enough options in the payment processes, customers' security concerns while paying through credit or debit card. In India, we know the e-commerce or online purchasing is getting popular only in the recent past. So people are not adapted to the new situation very quickly. So still there are people who suspects that the online payment is not safe. So there are barriers in the interaction between the customer and the company, which is also causing the abandon rate to be high. So what can I do to reduce the abandon rate or increase the conversion rate? Reduce the number of steps in the checkout process. So this is again one of the research companies' research. So what is the number of steps between the product that a person has to go through before buying a product or before going for a payment process? So what percentage of people, what percentage of steps steps that we have? See, if you see from here, mostly 4 to 5 steps are the most popular in any e-commerce sites having. So most of the e-commerce, so basically the most of the e-commerce sites have 4 to 5 steps in the checkout process. So the average is 5.8. Major e-commerce companies are trying to reduce the number of steps from the home page to the checkout process. So basically, if the more the number of steps that you have before the checkout, the more people will be dropping down. As I already said, people will be dropping out at each one of the stages. So people will be bouncing back to some other site at each one of the sites. As the number of navigations increase, the number of people who drop down from your site will also be increasing. So in reducing the number of steps from the in the checkout process is very important. So from your site design, try to reduce the number of navigations that you have. If you have clearly mentioned the categories that the customer can go to the product that they are looking for very quickly, so that they can move forward to the checkout process soon. One more thing that experts realize in the e-commerce is the more the more the time the people spend in the e-commerce site, the lesser the likelibility, the lesser likely that they will go for a checkout. So yeah, e-commerce site owner might think people have to spend a lot of time in their site, but that will not work in e-commerce, because the more the time they spend in the site, the lesser likely that they will go for another site. So that is one of the research of one of the researchers. So you have to facilitate the customers to check out more quickly, giving more features in the site. So some of the tips that I have for hassle-free checkout was here. Uh, so you basically, the whole idea is to reduce users' efforts in entering the information. Do not make the users enter same information twice. If a person is already logged into the site, then mm, you could give the features like the names of the persons can be already there in the checkout processes. While checking out, autofill options can be given. Clearly mark the mandatory and optional fields in the form. Mandatory fields in the form, and giving input examples for the field in the form will help them finish the form quickly. So basically you have to facilitate them to move out of the site as quick as possible in the checkout process. So you might allow them to use the site in the product pages or some other page, giving them pleasant experience. But in the checkout process should be as fast as possible that they can move out of the site very quickly. So reduce the times they spend in the site and the checkout process. That is the whole idea that we will try to bring out to you. So as I said earlier, the hidden charges should be avoided. So we see so many sites including some other taxes and charges at the end of the checkout process. The product might be priced at different price in the product page, and if you go for a checkout, they might be charging some more components along with the product price. So this should be avoided. So this is one of the major reasons for people going out of the site in the checkout process. So the entire amount that the customer has to pay for a single product has to be mentioned clearly in the product page. So if you see so many ticket booking agencies, they will be adding some more money as convenience fee or something else in the checkout process. So those things should be avoided in e-commerce platforms, e-commerce sites. So shopping cart reminder is one of the features that we have in BuildABazaar. So if a person adds a product to the cart and he leaves after some time without making a checkout, or he leaves the product, he might be that there might be various reasons for causing this to happen. So this feature will send a mail at the end of the day reminding him about he added some product to his cart and he left without buying. So this will remind them and make the conversion rates increase. And the one more thing is single page forms. So when you have a checkout process, when you get the customer details, address of the delivery, you should not have many pages. If a person sees a next button or continue button in the checkout process, he might think the form is very big. It might go to 2-3 pages, and that might be one of the that is one of the strong reasons for a person to go out of the site. So having a single form for a checkout process is very much advisable to have the increased conversion rate. So the last one is make shipping painless. So we do provide supports for the shipping. Like we advise what are the courier services that is available, and there is not much that you can do with respect to this one. Still, there are something that you can take care while making the shipping. So in the site you should mention the estimated time of delivery. In our platform you can actually mention the estimated time of delivery in the site, and 60% of the online shoppers expect the estimated delivery date in the product page, and sticking to the delivery date is all the more important than mentioning it in the site. So tracking the information is important, so you should provide the customers a facility to track the product. So this is possible through the courier services, but still once the product is delivered already, then you should ask for the feedbacks from the customers as well. So you can also give the free shipping option to them. So when the average is when the you can actually have a shipping cost also, but when you use free shipping below a particular above a particular order size, then that is the common practice in India, though it is not a common practice in abroad, say US or UK. It is better to have a free shipping below above a particular threshold. So that is the end of the webinar. Thank you for attending. You can ask your questions through questions bar or through chat. We will be taking the questions for the next 15 minutes. So we have some questions with us. Can we upload any size of the image? To increase the speed, I am not getting the exact questions. To increase the speeds, increase the size, speed of the site, it is not advisable.
Okay, so the first question is, can we upload any size of the image? Yes, you can. Preferable size for product images is minimum 900 by 900 pixel, because after that only the zoom option will work. So that is for product images. Banner size, for banners you can upload any image of any size. Try to keep it on a lower side so that the site loads faster, at least on the home page.
The other question is, can you teach us about Google Analytics? We have already given a webinar on Google Analytics already. That is Commerce in Context version 4. You can access the webinar through Facebook in the Builder Bazaar site, in the Facebook Builder Bazaar page, or in the YouTube Builder Bazaar site. So the address will be Facebook/Builder Bazaar, and for YouTube it will be Builder YouTube. You can search for Commerce in Context from in YouTube. So that helps, I guess.
Okay, the question is, we are unable to get any courier services. So I think we'll align you with some more of our logistic partners, and we'll try to see if we can help you with our own logistics as well. So another question is, what is the average amount of transaction on e-commerce website? So it is very much dependent on the website itself and the kind of marketing you are doing. So it will be different for a Flipkart, Infibeam, and it will be different for a site which is starting now. So if you are setting up an online store with Builder Bazaar, it will take time to grow the number of transaction or amount of transaction on your site.
Another question was, how can I access previous webinars? So as I already said, it can be accessed through YouTube or through Builder Bazaar Facebook page. You can search for Commerce in Context in YouTube, and we will take some more questions before we leave.
Okay, question is, can we set the different password for admin panel from the site editing page? So if you are referring to different roles on the admin panel, say one person responsible for catalog upload, another for say fulfillment, then yes, it is possible to define different roles. For that, you can send across mail to your business rep, or you can write to us at cs@builderbazaar.com, giving your site name and the email addresses you want for different roles. It has to be done from our side. It cannot be done from your admin panel itself. Is it difficult to sell higher price products online? That's another question. See, it is today e-commerce has grown so much that everyone who is looking to purchase a product will definitely compare prices and this kind of service vendors are offering. So if you think of in that term, then yes, selling a higher priced, comparatively higher priced product will be difficult. But if you are referring to say mobiles or products whose prices are high, like mobiles or jewelry, then I think acceptability for mobile cameras has increased a lot. Jewelry, it is still in a nascent stage.
So another question is, what are some of the tools I can use to improve the site performance? So some of the tools that will help you to understand your customers will be Google Analytics and Google AdWords. So I have mentioned some of the tools that will help you to understand the site's performance in the slides. So I can go back to them. So these are the tools that you can use uh, to see how your site performs with respect to the site speed, how the load time, what are the things that is delaying your load, and so on. If you want some more details about how to improve the SEO and how to improve the uh, analytics tools, then you can refer to the previous webinars, which is discussed about the SEO and email marketing and all, which is also says about the bulk email sending softwares. So these are some of the tools that we can give you at this moment. So we'll go to the
Okay, question is, I have built a store, but you have not given any option for credit card payment option. See, payment options, we have, you can take your own payment gateway, and if you are not a registered company, then we can provide you our own checkout by Infibeam, where you can avail all the payment options like credit card, debit card. So for that, kindly write to us at cs@buildabazaar.com, or you can contact your business rep and he'll assist you with that.
Another question was, does the price affect customer comfort level in doing transaction online? I mentioned in the webinar that the hidden price at the end of the checkout will affect the customer's comfort level, but basically the e-commerce sites prices does not affect the customer's comfort level. Hidden prices like taxes or some other convenience fees at the end of the checkout process that some of the e-commerce sites charge will definitely affect the customer's comfort level, and they might move out of the checkout process.
Okay, so question is, how can we enable single page uh, checkout feature? We'll surely let you know once this feature is developed, because we are currently developing it, and we'll surely update you in our newsletter or in one of the webinars once it is available. Uh, so, talking about site resolution and clarity, it is also very much dependent on the type of pictures, banners you use on your store, and that's what impact the site resolution and clarity. So if your pictures or banners are clear, then the site resolution will be definitely better. So the gentleman who asked the previous question about payment options, I'll ask the follow-up, like if we take a payment gateway, it will charge uh, 2 to 3%, and you pay 1% only, then how will we earn? If you are referring to commissions on Infibeam, selling Infibeam product, then see, once your performance improves, we can again come back and renegotiate the commissions you are earning by selling Infibeam product. And if you are referring to selling your own product through payment gateway, then yes, you can avail your own payment gateway. We have some good commercials with different payment gateway providers, from whom we can provide you payment gateway at a TDR of say 2.25 to 2.5%. and then the overall transaction will be around 3.5 plus service tax. That is in our gold plan. Talking about site resolution and uh, clarity, so we do provide customization services where you can get your theme designed by us, and if you are not liking that default templates available, you can go for the customization services, and for that you can contact your business rep or write to us at a given email ID. The question is why everything is chargeable and no freebies. We provide a lot of features for free as well, and where the human involvement is there, where we have to devote resources, there we have to like charge for those services. So in designing, we have to include designers, then we have to include the implementation team who will be doing coding for your store, specifically for your store, and that's why when I'm devoting resources, I need to monetize that service as well. Uh, 1 minute and then we'll wrap up. Question is, the do buildables are provided with online marketing? So yes, there is a group company called Odigma which provide online marketing services. If you are interested in taking online marketing services, then we can connect you with the concerned person at Odigma and you can take it forward. Many of our merchants are using their services and are doing reasonably well on their online store.
So we will be ending the webinar with this. So the time is done. So this is the last question we have answered. Thank you for attending this webinar. Thanks everyone.